what are some of the things that you guys do to take care of your mental health?
I struggle. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Young and Indigenous Podcast is an outlet for people to know about Indigenous knowledge, storytelling, and history. Through our youthful journeys as Indigenous people, through these stories, young people and elders share their experiences with us. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do this.
I'm about to tell some red stories. Stay tuned.
Yay, podcast! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Young and Indigenous. My name's Haley, and here I have...
Hi everybody, I'm Roy.
Santana. Wakikia.
Bella. And little Carrie.
Yeah, for the audio listeners, there's a baby sitting here right now, and he's adorable, and I might get sidetracked, but... So for today's episode, we are kicking off a new mental health series, and here at Children of the Setting Sun, we like to make sure before we start the work, we have a check-in with ourselves and make sure we're all doing okay. So that's what we're here to do today. How is everybody doing?
Well, how am I doing? I am doing okay. I mean, I just had a baby 3 months ago, so a lot of life changes in my life. It's my second kid, and the struggles that came with this one is just like I found out my son can't hear, so that's one thing I've been dealing with, and I've been mentally dealing with it okay, and trying to have knowing that I have a support system and not to know that I'm not alone in this. Usually I tend to hold my walls up and think I can do it all myself and be independent, but this time around I'm learning to break those walls down and learning to let people in, and how I mentally just deal with things is I really like to work out. That's one way that I deal with everything that goes on in my life, and it really helps get me through my day and to know that I can get to the next day, and by taking it one day at a time. And I think with everything, like having to go through like my body just changing again, and to know that I wasn't where I was before, and to know that I have new goals and new things to set for myself. So, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I go back to work in a week and a half, and I start school on Wednesday, and my older son starts school next week. So there's just so many good things that are going on in my life. So, and then a couple weeks, Carrie here will get hearing aids, so I'm excited for that.
You live a busy life.
It's so busy. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, but then I'm like, oh yeah, I have 2 kids, and I have a podcast to run, and I work out all the time, and almost done with school, so lots of good goals that I am accomplishing.
That's a lot to do. That's crazy.
I could never.
I never used to think I would do it either. Sometimes I'm like, I can't even believe I'm a mom still, so. But yeah, here I am doing it.
How am I doing? I think I'm stressed out with like school and trying to save money for a wedding while going to school, because I'm paying for it by myself now, and that's hard. And I'm trying to hold myself accountable to like pass my classes, I guess, because I have ADHD and I can't focus on things the best. And yeah, I'm just stressed, I guess.
Yeah. Just stressed, I guess. How many classes are you taking?
I'm in 3 classes this quarter.
Holy.
That's a lot.
I did
Yeah.
6 one time, and I was like, never again.
Oh
I'm
my
not doing
God.
that ever
6
again.
is
Yeah, that was
crazy.
crazy.
Wild. You're brave.
That's like going back to high school.
I know. How am I doing? I don't know. I feel like a lot of things in my life have changed a lot recently. I'm doing a lot of different things that I definitely wasn't doing even like 2 months ago. So I'm kind of just trying to like keep up with it, I guess. It's very tiring. But I don't know, I think it's good. It feels good. I feel a lot better now, even though I'm exhausted 24/7, than I did like a year ago. So I'm doing okay. I feel like I'm doing good right now. I always feel like when people ask, like, how are you doing? And I say good, I never really truly mean it. It just feels so normal to just have that be your, like, go-to answer when someone asks you, how are you doing? You're like, good, how are you? Yeah. You know? But lately I've been trying to be, like, more mindful of, like, well, how am I actually doing? And right now I really do feel like I'm good. I mean, compared to last week, I was like, it was one of those really bad lows in my life. And I think that's just the journey of life, you know? You always have your ups and downs. And I feel like I'm definitely in the ups right now. Canoe season just started, so I've been out on the water every day at 5:30 and run 2 miles before. So one of my goals this year was to I literally get that same reaction, but it's not that bad. Like when you do it, it's like it's literally 2 miles. It feels like nothing once you start like doing it, and like I feel myself getting stronger and stronger every day, and the runs are getting easier and easier. And I always told myself that this year I would be more physically active, and it took me up until the end of March, beginning of April to actually do that. So I think being more physically active has definitely helped contribute to the betterment of my mental health. So right now I would say I'm doing good.
2 miles is a lot. Man, you're running 2 miles every day. That's like 10,000 feet. That's kind of crazy.
It's crazy that you can't. It's not that crazy. Bella's like the only active person in here, so she's like, it ain't that bad. Like, how often are you guys being physically active?
Never.
Call you out real quick.
I couldn't tell you the last time I went on a run.
As I go work out and I go run sometimes, so
I don't be running. I
used to
don't be
do
running
that
at all. Oh my
high
god.
School, so I'm like over it. Like
Yeah.
sports year round and multiple sports at the same time.
Oh, but to answer your question, we got kind of sidetracked there. It's fine.
No, because like, okay, enough
My
about
bad.
the 2 miles.
I was scrambling.
That totally wasn't just me trying to steer
Deflect
away
from you answering. I knew it.
I disassociate, okay? I'm sorry. I'd say I've been doing pretty good. Just been kind of living life and taking it one step at a time. So yeah, that's it. I've just been okay, I guess.
Okay,
Happy to be here.
Okay, like how Santana said, people just say they're
Yeah.
okay.
No, okay, let's chill out. Let's chill out.
Are you okay?
No, like genuinely, I'm okay. All right.
What are some of the things that you guys do to take care of your mental health?
I struggle. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Well, I take care of my mental health by just talking to people, obviously, if they can handle it. Like talk to them and be like, hey, can I talk to you right now if you're able to handle this? And let's see, I go and work out, and I think just playing with my son Connor really helps me. Like just knowing that I'm doing all the things I need to in life to provide for him, which really helps me, right? And let's see, going on walks. I like going on walks now, and I think another way is I live in a clean and sober place, so we have these group meetings every week, and we kind of go there and they help us like to think about how we're taking care of our kids and that we're doing a good job, and that really helps every week, and knowing that we have that safe place to go to share stuff. I think the podcast really helps, knowing that we're helping other people and by sharing our stories and knowing that we're helping other people through their journeys as well. I think it's something I've always said when I was younger, is that I would always want to help and work for my people, and for doing that. So I think that helps me mentally, knowing that in some way, in some form, we touch people's hearts.
Can make a little appearance.
I know. You can make a cameo.
Yeah.
You can make a
You gotta
cameo.
make a quick little cameo. This
Sure.
is our favorite person ever in the world.
Oh, geez, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm always
Special
just
guest here.
running around in the background, so I feel honored to get to speak with y'all. And should I do my check-in?
Yeah, do your check-in.
Okay. Well, I woke up with a bit of a cold, so physically a little down today, but I think in general I'm okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, girl.
I feel like here's the truth. Girl. I feel like I'm doing so much better in my life than I was like a year or 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, I had some pretty dark times that also coincided with the pandemic. I feel like we might have all had some dark times. It wasn't just because of that, but I feel like I've learned some new coping skills and just remembered to do things that bring me joy. I had to remember what those were. It's like, what do I like doing? It's like, oh yeah, I like music. Oh yeah, I like dancing. So just me in my house, all the time. For real.
I love it.
I'm like, this isn't weird. Now I'm lyrical. Yeah, it's happening. Yeah. But yeah, so it's never a flat line. It's like you said, it's a journey, and sometimes it's like a cry on the bathroom floor journey, and
Cry in my bed at night.
yeah, there's a lot of
bathroom
crying.
floor?
Yeah.
Do you not cry on your bathroom floor?
I have before.
That's just
We won't go into details about that.
Please don't do that.
Oh, we clean it first.
It's like
Cry mopping.
I do sanitize.
it's like random places around my house. I'll just cry.
Kitchen.
Yeah.
Kitchen is one of them.
Actually the best.
Kitchen is great.
A
You have
good
a counter
place
to
cry in
cry
is
on.
the shower, actually.
Yes,
That's true.
actually, kind of valid.
I will sit in the shower and cry.
I'll just sit in the shower.
The water hitting you.
I just let the hot water go. I'd be indulgent for, I'm comfy, bro. What?
Never related to something so much in my life.
Do you ever do the half cry where you're like, I feel like I need to cry, so you're like, I'm fine. No, I'm good.
I have.
Check yourself. Snap out of it. You're fine.
Get it together.
You're fine. Then I'm like, I should hang out with others.
That's
It's
like
those moments where I'm like, okay, I'm okay.
Now that you got me thinking though about how I actually am, I'm actually really stressed.
Oh, the truth.
The truth comes out.
Yeah.
We comfortable now.
Yeah, we are sitting back. What are you stressed about?
I'm just stressed about my new baby and everything that I had to learn about him. Just like today, I had an appointment down in Seattle, so having to go back and forth from Seattle. And I think what really stresses me the most is, like, I guess my side of the family not really being there for me. And it's a really emotional topic for me because I just, like, moved into my new place and really learning to set boundaries with them because a lot of my relationships with them are not healthy. They just tended to be unhealthy from all of the trauma that me and my siblings went through together. So I think that's something that I'm really learning to know that I can be okay on my own and to know that I'm an adult and I'm not a teenager anymore because I feel like I'm still a little old Bella just because I'm still the same size. Just kidding.
Literally.
Yeah.
Can get a ferry ticket for you if you ride with Bella.
No, but
Yeah.
yeah, and I just like having to be the person that takes care of me and my whole family, and having to take on some of my partner's stuff too, and to have to deal with him and doing the best I can to take care of him and just to put him on a path to where he's on a good one, and to remind him of things of like to know that the things that he does is not okay or is okay. And it's just like it gets hard some days, but I think at the same time I'm proud of it because I'm in a place where little me would have wanted to be at this age. So
I have a question. Just when you were talking about partners and stuff, I was like, what do you think? Do you think the struggles right now for young people are the same for males and females, or like men and women? Like, what are people facing? Is it hard to like grow up and be a man? Is it? I look at the women.
It's very hard.
You know, like I feel like it took me. I'm 40, but I feel like my mid 30s. I was like, did I do it? Am I an adult? Like, am I a woman? You know, and
Did I do it?
The identity crisis.
Yeah.
Being an adult is crazy.
It's like, did I cross the line? Like, am I? But so I guess you can answer for your own selves. But how was that journey? You know, like becoming. Yeah, I guess that has to do with mental health too. Is like, how do you, like Bella said, she learned how to. She's not a teenager anymore, and you've learned skills and like coping mechanisms and like, what has that journey been for y'all?
It's been a long one.
And we're all on it still, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I feel like that's like never ending, right? I think for me, where I'm at in my journey is I'm realizing how important self-care is. And I think that's just because, like, I'm an oldest child, so my instinct is to make sure everyone around me is good and to make sure I'm taking care of them and everyone around me is getting what they need. And I did that for so long, and I didn't realize that in order to take care of the people around me, I also need to be taking care of myself. And I can't be running on empty if I want to be filling other people's cups. And so that's where I'm at, is I'm starting to realize what I need to do to make myself okay so I can still keep going and keep doing what I do for other people. Because that's also, like, that's where my heart is, too. Like, I want to make sure the people around me are okay, and that's what I care about. but I also need to make sure I'm okay. I feel like there's like this stigma with like both men and women and like taking care of like mental health, especially I feel like in Native communities, like we're always like told to like, we're always told that like this will make you tougher, or like when we get that tough love or those hard teachings, or like if like you see a man crying or a boy crying, like they're considered like weak, or like there's so many stigmas around like mental health. And like for me, like as a woman, like I connect with what you have been, or like what you just said, because like most recently, like within this past like maybe since like the beginning of the year, I really started to like take mental health like more seriously, and like going to counseling, and I'm on antidepressants now. And like there's so many things, like mental, physical, spiritual, of like how you take care of yourself, how you take care of your mental health. And like for the longest time, like I felt like something was just wrong with me, you know, like what's wrong with me? Like why do I constantly feel this way? Why do I constantly feel down about myself? Why do I constantly like criticize what I do or how I do it, or maybe I shouldn't have acted this way, maybe I shouldn't have done this, or like then you start overthinking, and then you start self-doubting, and then you self-sabotaging, and it's like such a like roller coaster of like emotions. And like there's so many tools that you need to equip yourself with too in order to take care of your mental health. So it's like not just counseling and like antidepressants, but like what am I doing, like how am I participating in culture, like how am I participating in community, because those things contribute to my mental health as well. So it's like a series of things, not just like one definitive thing that's going to help you within your mental health. It's like so many different things that you need to like realize that like contribute to your mental health, if that makes sense. So like for me, it's like I'm in counseling now, I'm on antidepressants, I've been being more physically active, and then any chance I get to participate in culture and community, like I do. And then also my education is something that helps me, even though it stresses me out at times. I can say like wholeheartedly, like education is something that saved me even at a younger age, and like pushed me down like a better path than I was originally on when I was younger. You're so brave. You're so brave. I was like going in to kiss ya.
What she doing here? I just think you're brave.
You're brave.
Everyone here is brave.
She's all.
She's like, I don't know about that.
Hey, you're in school. That's a lot.
I know, 6 classes is a lot.
Just like college is so stressful.
It is.
I couldn't take it. #, college dropout.
Yo!
I'll be back.
It's a
I'll
journey.
be back.
It's a journey.
Yeah, it is. It wasn't the right place for me at this time. But.
Roy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Roy.
What was our question?
Kind of, how do we take care of ourselves? How do you take care of yourself?
Oh, I go to therapy every Tuesday.
Well, that's the smart thing to do.
Tuesday therapy.
No, because it did take a lot to like finally like realize that like, oh, I do need therapy. You know what I mean?
Does.
Like it, especially like as a guy, you know what I mean, where you grow up, especially in a family with gender roles, and like Santana was saying, like, oh, don't do this, or like you won't be seen as more of a man. So for the longest time, I kind of had this like feeling that if I went to therapy and I needed help, then I wouldn't be looked at as a man, I guess. And that's not true at all. I'm actually a lot better than I used to be, like a few years ago. So shout out to my therapist. Shout out Joe. He's pretty cool. Yeah, and then I try to work out every now and then. I set a goal for myself, but I don't keep promises to myself, so I don't end up going to the gym. But that's okay, because, like, I'm fine now. Like, we're good.
Therapy Tuesdays. You're fine.
But yeah, I make music. That's one of my outlets. I really like to draw and, like, make art and all that stuff. So that's what I do. Yeah.
That's awesome.
They didn't see my thumbs up, but
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
This is him.
Give a shout out to the Whatcom Community Foundation, who gave us a grant to do this podcast series as a greater project of bringing awareness to youth and mental health. Because I think it's in all the magazines I look at, you know, like people are struggling, and, you know, if you have any teenagers or young people in your life, or you are one, maybe you have feelings that you don't understand. And I think that's why we're doing this, is just to kind of normalize, like, being able to talk about it and know that we all struggle and that there are ways to get through the hard times. So yeah, so we wanted to kind of bring to light, like, what are some of the things that you guys face? Like, what are the struggles, you know? Anxiety, depression, like, these are kind of, you hear these words a lot. Or maybe it's something else. So maybe just, especially if you've, like, gotten through something, you can talk about how that was. Or if there's something you're like, I don't know, I'm just stuck in this feeling, like maybe other people have gotten through it and they can help with that. So
Yeah. I have lots of anxiety. I don't know, I feel like I've gone through a couple really low depression episodes in these past couple of years. But I feel like my biggest struggle is knowing what I need, but not having the courage to do it. I think, like, I can identify where my problems are and what I need help with, but I have the biggest issue with actually getting that help. Like, I know I need therapy. I most definitely need therapy, but it is so hard. Like, and all I need to do is make a call and schedule an appointment. Shout out Lummi Behavioral Health. And, like, it's easy for me to go and get that help, but it's so hard to find the courage within myself to do it, because I know that once I start, I have a lot to unpack, and it opens up this whole box of years of lots of feelings that I'm trying to prepare myself for. So hopefully soon.
no rush either, right?
Yeah, I think I'm getting there. Like, I'm slowly getting there.
Should we take a breather? Should we do some self-care? Open a window or something?
Yeah, y'all want to take like a quick 5?
I'm like over here checking my pulse.
Let's take a break.
Let's take a quick 5.
We'll pause the audio. Yeah, well, what should we get back into?
What was the question that you asked before we took a break?
What are some struggles
Facing
right now?
I don't want to answer that. I don't want to
Or
answer.
people around you, like what's going on right now in the world for young people?
The world is a stressful place.
The world is so stressful.
I feel like you
Oh
wake
my
up and
God.
it's like climate change, bad government. You're too young to be in control of anything, so you just have to sit back and watch the world implode around you.
Basically, yeah.
chill. Just mellow kid stuff.
Yeah, just regular sunny days.
I feel like something that's good to mention is like on top of like anxiety and depression, we also carry a lot of trauma that wasn't initially ours to begin with. And I think when I first started to acknowledge that, then I was able to kind of have more of an understanding of like what I was feeling. And like when I first learned about intergenerational trauma, like for me, it makes a lot of sense because our ancestors and all those who have come before us like have endured so much and still endure so much. And to even think about like what our parents gone through in like their lifetime and like how like it's able for me to understand, okay, maybe this is why my mom didn't have as good as communication as I would have wanted her to, or you know, maybe this is why she wasn't as, you know, loving or affectionate, is because like everything she had to go through. And like my dad has always been someone that's absent in my life due to his drug use, and it's like I was always so mad at him for like the longest time that like he chose drugs over our family, or I would always think like he chose drugs over me specifically. But when I got older and I became more understanding and knew more about what my dad went through or what my mom went through, then it kind of allows you to breathe a little more, because you like question if it has to do with you, you know, is there something wrong with me, or why doesn't, you know, why don't they love me, or why didn't I get, and you compare a lot to like other people's amazing relationships with their family. Like I have had so many friends growing up because my mom switched me from Lummi to Bellingham public schools when I was in middle school. So from middle school and high school, like I was in a primarily white school, and I had friends that like had just these amazing relationships with their families, and I always compared myself to that. And so I think that's like something that I also had to understand within like my own healing journey and within like my own mental health, is like a lot of what I carry isn't even necessarily mine, and you really have to separate those, like, and hold yourself accountable to the way you carry yourself. Because when I was younger, I was like such like I rebelled a lot, you know, and I would always be like, it's because of the way I was raised, you know, it's because of this, and I would always blame it on something else. And then I got older and I was like, okay, you can either allow your childhood to define who you are, or you can step out of that and really create a beautiful life for yourself. And that's something that I'm still, you know, trying to do till this day, is not allow, you know, our trauma or like what we've been through, or like our depression or our anxiety to define who we are as people, you know, like those are struggles within itself, and the journey is just a battle, you know, within itself. But I think acknowledging like, yeah, anxiety and depression, but also intergenerational trauma is real, and it's really important to recognize that within our mental health journey, as well as that generational trauma, you know?
Well, it carries memory.
Yeah.
And we're the product of the people that came before us.
I think that's really cool, like, that you came to terms with that, because that's something that I couldn't do. Like, I completely cut my parents off because they just kept choosing drugs over me and my siblings. So I was like, you know what? I don't consider you my parents anymore. And I'm still trying to learn how to do that today. Like, I recently tried to talk to my dad, but he's still on a bad path. So I just cut him off again, but I think that's really cool that you can, like, do all of that with your mental health.
I think what's also helped with like that too is like not only acknowledging that like they carry trauma, but like they're people too, you know? And that's like something when someone said that to me, it was like, man, you're right. Like I've treated them so badly, you know? And maybe in those moments our feelings are valid, and maybe we feel in those moments that they deserve it, but it's so important to like, it's hard, but it's like you grow from that, and like you like listen more with open ears, and like people who, you know, are recovering coaches or people within our community, like who are big speakers, like they tell us that like these are our family, you know, these are people, they're deserving of love, they're deserving of compassion, they're deserving of everything in life, but they weren't given it. And it's like they do that because they're trying to like push down their pain. You know, drugs is like the only thing, or alcohol or whatever it may be, that people are like,
I'm so sorry.
you gotta go, girl. We deep into it. You ain't going nowhere.
Bella, don't you have class?
I do have class.
Why?
Teachers, please excuse these.
First day class, missed it.
What class are you in?
I have math. It's my last class.
Oh, shoot.
No, it's just like, yeah, it's just their own form of like ignoring that pain that they carry. And sometimes it's hard to understand that, but I've been trying to put myself in their shoes, I guess. I don't know necessarily, but you know, that metaphor.
Yeah.
like I'm just trying to understand, like it's deeper than I understand. And I can't place blame on myself or carry that weight on me when it has nothing to do with me. It's what they've gone through.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll end there.
That's really what we like. That kind of stuff is really what we want to do with this mental health series, is like deep dive into that, because it's not talked about.
Yeah.
And it's a hard subject to learn. And I mean, that's like the biggest struggle, I feel like, in a lot of Native communities, is we're just now learning all these things about our families, and mental health is, I don't know what I'm trying to say with that.
It's not talked about enough.
Yeah.
It's not something that we grow up learning and like this is a thing. You know what I mean? We have to figure it out on our own.
And it's hard.
Yeah. So how do we be more like, I don't know.
I think for me, growing up, I've struggled with a lot of things, and there's just like a lot of things happened to me growing up as a teenager that I could have went to my mom to and talk about, but I didn't, because I didn't I just felt like I was going to get in trouble or she was going to get mad at me. And I think times like that are like just don't be afraid to go tell your parents whatever it is that happened to you, because in those times you could have got the help that you needed, and you shouldn't have to you shouldn't have to struggle with those things alone, because like there's a lot of things that I kept deep down inside that I didn't talk about, and I think if I just reached out and asked for help, I think it would have helped. But I think due to people putting labels and images on you, it really put a perspective and really made me ask myself, like, am I that person? Is that who you really think I am? Because it just like, it becomes like out of jealousy or just like, you know, being mean or reflecting the things that they think about themselves onto you, and knowing that that's not about you, it's about them. And there's just like there's just so many things that I could say I didn't talk about that I wish I did, and I really wish that I reached out and asked for help about it. And just like dealing with like drugs and alcohol all my life, and to having so much trauma being put onto you as a child, and knowing that that wasn't your place to be in, and to know that you know it wasn't right, and you didn't know that in that time, and learning from those things, knowing that you were gonna get through it. But like we said, there's a lot of things that we just don't talk about because we weren't taught these things growing up. We were taught to just slide it under the rug and think like it was okay when it wasn't okay.
To be strong.
Yeah,
And the
to
things
be
that are struggles are only
strong,
going to make you stronger. So.
yeah, like just like kind of like be quiet and don't talk about it. So and it's just like, but now that I reflect on it, like you could have went and asked for help, and you could have went and did something about it if you were taught the right way. And
I'd say too, yeah, just to add to that, if you don't, I don't know, I read somewhere that like humans just need like one person to believe in them. Like you just need, if it's like, if you can't find that like in your immediate family, if like things, those struggles are so real, people aren't able to be that person for you. Like there's like a coach or a mentor, or reach out to us, there's people out there. So find someone that you can connect with, whoever, and that comes with a caveat that hopefully this is a positive person, but yeah, someone that believes in you. And yeah. Oh, snugs.
She's my person.
Oh God. I love you guys.
Yeah, I would just say be patient with yourself. Like, mental health is a journey where you have your ups and your downs. And, it's a roller coaster, but it's definitely worth it in the end, because when you heal, you help heal those around you. And it's it's a very rewarding feeling. I don't think of healing as like individualized anymore. Like I truly believe like when we heal, we help heal those around you, are around us. And so healing as a collective, I think, is the goal, so that we can create not only a better place for ourselves, but for our community, for our family, for our friends, for the world. And it's going to take a lot out of us. It's not going to be easy, but it's definitely rewarding in the end. And healing is ongoing, like there's no final destination, so we always have room to learn and to grow and to heal. So I would say just to be patient with yourself.
I would say fear is not reality, so don't treat it like it is. So whatever you're afraid of, like to ask for help, or if you're scared something's gonna go wrong with whatever's happening in your life, just do it, because you don't know what's actually gonna happen.
Nike, just do it.
You're welcome.
Sponsorship?
Nike N7 sponsor, please. That'd be amazing. Oh my God.
Should we give the audience some homework? Go for a walk.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe do some meditation. Find something that you love. Take a little mental health break for yourself.
Reach out to us. Let us know what you're doing. And this is a series, so we will be back with more mental health explorations.
And just to know, we're here for you.
Yeah, email us.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Oh,
How are
yeah.
we liking this? This is pretty cool.
Like
Feels
and
very official.
subscribe.
Only right back if you like it. We're very
I'm not
sensitive.
used to
Yeah, if you don't like it, it's gonna impact my mental health.
We'll just delete them before she...
Thank you for listening to Young and Indigenous. Young and Indigenous is produced by Children of the Setting Sun Productions. We are an Indigenous-led nonprofit based in Bellingham, Washington on the ancestral homelands of Nooksack and Lummi people. And a huge thank you to our sponsors, the Discurrent Foundation and the Whatcom Community Foundation. Original music by Mark Nichols, Dylan Letchworth, Jay Kiesel, Adam Lawrence, Keith Jefferson, and Roy Alexander. This episode was produced by Ellie Smith, Bo Garrow, Bella James, Haley Garrow, Santana Rabang, Wakakia Curly Bear, and Roy Alexander. Haishka for listening.